Allow me fixing everything, and because there is always something to be fixed, today I'll show you all the faults on a TCL split system air conditioning and what they stand for. Maybe give you an advice on what the problem could be. Keep in mind that if you ask me in the comments, most likely I'll read it, but I'm not gonna be able to help you because it's too much for answering now. E0 fault code. This is the first one, and it's in and out communication failure. I will tell you this is very common on a first installation to have a faulty wires going to the inside and outside unit. So check the wire connection on the indoor and outdoor unit. And if you have it suddenly while the air conditioning is being running, check the connection between the cables and the PCBs. If the wires are good, then it's possible the PCB on the outside or on the outside unit to be faulty. For EC fault, it's a communication outdoor unit failure. Same thing, could be the power board, could be the power source to the power board, or could be the cables communicating in between the inside and outside unit. But what means is the inside board, it's not communicating with the outside board unit. So concentrate on the outside board. E1 is outdoor sensor. Sometimes it's the indoor room temperature sensor. It's a sensor problem. Check the connection in between the indoor temperature sensor. You can replace the sensor or you can replace the main PCB. E2 is indoor coil temperature sensor. Again, check the wire connection on the indoor temperature sensor. Replace the sensor or replace the main PCB. E3 is the outdoor coil temperature sensor. Check the wire connection on the outdoor temperature sensor assembly. Replace the sensor or replace the outdoor power source board. E4, a couple of people asked me for E4, that's why I'm making the video. It's a system abnormal, which means the system is not running properly. That's why you don't get cold or hot air. You can check if the air pressure valve and the low pressure valve are open on the outside unit. There is a valve on the side. Check if the refrigerant is at the correct pressures. You need a technician to do that, or if you can check if the pressures are okay in your system, and check if the temperature sensor on the outdoor condenser unit is not loose or broken. Sometimes it's possible, especially if you have trees or something around it, or you might need to replace the indoor main PCB. Now everywhere that I look for E5 says that E5 and E0 are exactly the same fault. I never had a E5 myself. E6 is indoor fan motor. You can check if the fan on the indoor unit runs normally. If it doesn't, you can check the wires to the fan, between the fan and the PCB. You can replace the fan motor or you can replace the PCB, the main PCB. E7 is an outdoor temperature sensor. You can check the connections, replace the sensor or replace the outdoor power source board. E8 is an exhaust temperature or discharge temperature sensor. You can check the wires on the sensor, replace the temperature sensor or replace the power source board. E9 is invert module abnormality or intelligent power module of drive and module fault. Most likely you need to replace the intelligent power module board. Then we have EF, which is outdoor fan motor fault. Check the motor and if needed replace it. EA, it's a current sensor. Can be a leakage point and it will need recharging of the refrigerant or the board. The power source board needs to be replaced. We got EE fault, which is EEPROM failure. I never had that, but it says you can check the EEPROM on the indoor main PCB or outdoor power source board installed well, if it's installed well. Replace the indoor main PCB or replace the outdoor power source board. And we have EP fault, which is temperature switch fault on the top of the compressor. Check if the wires of the compressor connect to the outdoor power source well, and if not, replace the outdoor power source board. You can replace the temperature switch as well. We have EU fault, which is voltage sensor fault, and EH fault, which is outdoor intake temperature sensor. Both you can check the wires, replace the sensor, or replace the power source board. I hope this video is helpful to you. Unfortunately, on questions, I'm not sure that I'll be able to help you, but leave them in the comments. Someone might be helpful. That's it. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.